standing under a shea tree. For those of you who've always wondered, where does shea butter come from? It comes from the nuts that are inside the fruits on this tree. This is what the nuts look like, or the fruits look like. These are still like fresh fruits. They're not yet ready for consumption, but I'll show you what the nuts look like inside. Yes, so the outer shell is removed. This outer shell has not yet been removed. When we get to the processing center, I'll show you what the nut inside looks like when the outer shell is removed. But let me show you what the nuts look like when they've removed the outer shell. So these are washed nuts that have already been, the outer shell has been removed. You can see the difference in the texture. Is not as hard. You see that the texture is not as smooth as when the outer shell is still there. So these are fresh nuts ready to be processed, washed already. This is where the washing happens. So this basin here is filled with clean water, and the women just wash the nuts till it's clean. You wash the nuts till the water is dark, like the one in that basin, and then you change the water and wash again. What you want is to start with clean nuts, and then this process they also take things out like charcoal. You don't want that in your nut. So yeah, so this is the washing stage. Like she's going to change that water that is very dark. We can't wash with that anymore. These are washed nuts, they're clean, and this is a very important process for you to get good quality butter. If you don't wash your nut, your butter quality will not be good. So they've washed this nut, and then the women take their time. With experience, they already can tell when they sight a bad nut. So here is a crusher. What the crusher does is to get the nut, the washed nut, into this stage. You can see the crushed nut in this phase. It's not formed into full powder yet, but this stage is essential as the next phase. And after this, they dry it in the sun outside before the next phase. Here you have the crushed nuts. That's the output of the crushing process, and here they just sun dry it and allow it to dry. This is also very important. It has to dry naturally. If they sense the rain coming, they have to quickly pack it. You can see they have a broom ready to sweep, and they put it in basins and take it away. This is a very tedious but deliberate process. Every step is important. So guys, I'm here at the roasting station. Today I'm going to get paid for this. I'm roasting this thing is heavy. It's about 50 kg, my guess, and I need to turn it anti-clockwise with my right hand and hit with my left, because you don't want the nut holding onto the body inside, so it roasts evenly. This process takes about 45 minutes. So someone sits by this heat to roast this for 45 minutes. Guys, next time you get your shea butter, better keep that thing like gold, because it is liquid gold. It is precious. This process takes these women through a lot, yeah? And this is also very important. So after that hard work, like I just did now, then we bring that drum. Two women have to lift it, and then they pour it here. So this is roasted nut. This smells like chocolate, actually. The benefit of roasting in that covered drum that you saw me turning is that the smell of the smoke does not get into the butter, and that changes the game. When you think you've encountered shea butter and you say you don't like it because of the earthy, smoky smell, this process eliminates that, and you get a cleaner, just a beautiful smelling butter. So that's what you get, from Mudara. This nut already smells beautiful, very beautiful smell. So then we air this before we then mill it. This is a soothing process for me, actually. You can pour. Pour, Mama. I like to see things get clean, so I think that's why I'm enjoying this process. Oh, Mama says I should dig in. Yeah, get the work done. This nuts are darker roast than this nut here, and slightly different also from those two over there. And it has nothing to do with how long they roasted them on fire. It's just the color of the nuts that was used for this batch is darker than the color of nuts used for this batch. And when we say our products are made with pure natural ingredients and that you should make allowance for variance in color from batch to batch, this is where this comes from. Each fruit and each batch of harvest can differ a bit. And so the butters here would also differ in color a bit when they are processed. This is an ancient tradition of kneading to get into the butter stage. Can you see the butter forming actually? I see the butter forming already. You see it's lighter brown because the butter is forming already. We've added clean water to the kneaded butter, and you can see the oil beginning to float. Guys, can you see that? Can you see the butter floating? So you can see the butter. This will be scooped out. So this is the water that we throw into the pits that I showed you guys. This is still not the final stage. We'll boil this to separate the butter from the water. It's a beautiful process. It's a tasking process. It requires diligence. It requires a lot of hard work. And I hope that when next you get a batch of shea butter from us, you'll appreciate the work of these women. You appreciate the extent that we go through to source you the best butter available. This is a USDA organic certified center, like we said, and these women do amazing work. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.